chocolate face and this vanilla face right here. Come on in, kick off your shoes, relax your feet. We got another great episode of the Married Life. Listen, let me ask you a question. You ever been talking to your spouse, right? Your body is here, but your mind and thoughts are somewhere else. Or maybe you hanging out with your kids at the park, right? Supposed to be in tune with what they doing. Your body's there, but your mind and thoughts are somewhere else. Or maybe y'all on date night. You ever have does remember happen to us? We on date night chilling. Our bodies where we at, but our mind and thoughts are somewhere else. See, listen, today in this episode, that's what we talking about, good people. Where are your feet? Because listen, you can only live where your feet are, right? And your presence is one of the greatest gifts that you can give your spouse or anybody in life. So welcome back to another episode of The Married Life. I'm one of your hosts, FL, founder of the Dare to Be You Network. It's my boo thing.
What is my name?
What's your name, babe? What's your name?
Chandra.
And this is the Married Life episode where we slow things down, right? We recognize our patterns in our relationships. We regulate our body through those emotions. We get a new revelation on what to do different. We build a rhythm around that revelation in real time and put it on repeat mode. So we can do what, babe?
Fly.
Man, listen, we excited about this episode today. If you missed the episode from Soul True Sunday, this is just a spinoff. The episode for Soul True Sunday was Where Are Your Feet? It was a gently reminder that our mind and thoughts can live anywhere, but our body can only live where our feet are. And so now we carried it over into the married life. So, man, you ready to do this, babe?
Let's do it.
I always have to check with my wife, perimenopause and all this other stuff. I got to check with the good people. I got to check in, right? So you ready to do this, babe? Ready to get it? Okay, so listen, man, we about to just jump right in. And listen, this is a live Q&A. So at any point during this conversation, if you have questions, statement, anything, drop it in the chat. We want to hear from you. Or email us.
The Married Life, THA, marriedlife23@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a drink of his juice.
My juice, baby. Yeah, so let's jump right in, man. This first part I want to talk about, are you really here? Right? And so what I want to tell the community, talk about a little bit about marriage, 27 years here. So we know what it's like to kind of be in the same room with your spouse, but not be there. It's 27 years here. So the first thing I want you to think about, are you really here? So I'm going to ask you this, babe. When we first got married, would you say I was emotionally available? Like when we first got, I know now I'm the bomb.com now,
I mean, at times, but I mean, of course, I think we all have those moments.
Yeah.
Where we're not, not just you. I'm pretty sure I was there too.
Yeah. But so what does emotionally availability look like to you and for you? Like me being emotionally available, what does that really look like for you? Well, back then and then now, because it's probably changed a little bit. So what does that look like now for you, emotionally availability?
Well, I mean, I think I would want the same thing back then that I want now.
Yeah.
Just your presence, engaged. I see that as the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't see a difference from back then to now on what I'm wanting in that moment.
Yeah, got you. And for me, when we first got married, I would say the same thing. I would answer that the same way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were emotionally available, but I don't even know if I was really in tune with my emotions like that.
Oh, I probably wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when we first got married, I was in my 20s. We was 21, 22.
Yeah.
We 47 now,
Where did that time go?
Yeah, so I would say, you was the best that you could, just like I was. Yeah. But nowadays, emotionally, to be available, emotional, for me just means to just show up for you when you're going through something, right? Those bigger emotions, because we can't change those emotions, or sometimes as a partner, I can't fix those for you. Right. And as men, we try to just dive in and try to fix. So emotional availability now for me is just being able to really show up with presence, like you said, consciously be where my feet are, tapping into what you're telling me, empathizing, having compassion. And then if I can help fix it, I help.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, there's nothing I can do about it.
And nobody can do except the person experiencing it, usually.
Yeah. So just talk about a little bit more. Sometimes we think we're present, but we're physically there, but our presence is somewhere else. So just talk about a little bit about how you start to notice that, throughout the course of our relationship, not being where your feet are. You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, during the course of our relationship, like I said, we've been married 27 years. So in the beginning, it was probably like, whatever. But as the years went on, as we started to understand about consciousness, as we started to grow mentally, emotionally, I started understanding that, man, I don't think I'm as emotionally available as I need to be. Right? Because when you would talk to me about certain things or say certain things, my mind would still be thinking about the business, or my mind would just be thinking about whatever else.
I can't say nothing, because there'll be times where I feel like, could be you, could be whoever, I'm there, but like my mind is on 50 other things in that moment. And especially now with perimenopause, I feel like, the brain fog just takes over sometimes, and I just it's like, woo. I feel like, am I here? What am I doing? I mean, just literally.
No, I feel that.
So it's just, I feel like it's becoming aware. And even if you're going through somewhere, hey, I can't concentrate on what you're telling me right now. I mean, at least we could say that, you know what I mean? Like, because we can't be perfect every time, but now if it's something like major, or if is it major, or is it just, having a conversation and it's nothing important, it's just, a general talk, you might, I know I probably need to say, hey, my brain, I cannot focus on what you're talking to me about right now.
No, that's so true.
And even just communicating that with your partner is, I think, important. Because I know sometimes I have to tell you, I'm like, hey,
no, that's real.
I can't think about what you're talking about right now.
That's
I'm not
real.
My mental capacity is not there.
And that brings me to the next point. Mentally available, but you kind of just touched on that. Right? Are you available to express those thoughts, those ideas? Like Wifey said, she was mentally available in our conversation, so she's able to tell me, hey, I can't have this conversation right now. Right? If she wasn't where her feet was, it'd just be her mind to be somewhere, and I'm steady talking, wondering why she's not engaged, wondering why she's not responding, or vice versa, because mentally she's not there. But awareness helps you. When you recognize that you're not there, then you can pause that moment. Put it on pause. Hey, pause it. You pause it. Hey, tell your partner, hey, let's come back to that. Because mentally right now, I'm not where you are, right? Same way sexually, right? Sometimes me and you've been that way sometimes sexually, to where, I might be in that space, right? And you like, hey, pause, I'm not there, right? I mean, that's being where your feet are, good people. That's what I mean by presence and consciousness, right? So just say sexually, right? If I'm in that space and wifey's not where her feet is, then guess what she gonna do? She's just gonna go through those motions, right? And then we still gonna do what we do, but then I'm gonna be feeling dissatisfied. I'm like, she wasn't even engaged. She just wasn't in it, right? Be where your feet are. So from an emotional standpoint, from a mental standpoint, right? Can you fully engage with your partner when it's needed? See, guys, here's the thing. Availability doesn't mean that you, like Wifey said, that you're perfect all the time. Availability just means that you're on call. So think about it like this. You might not have to be emotionally available for your partner today, because they might not need it. But if they needed it, can you create the space in real time to give them that attention and that availability, right? And the only way you do that is being conscious where your feet are and living in the moment where your feet are, man. Yeah. So talk a little bit about that. Just you got anything to add to that, or take away from it, or whatever,
I mean, no, not necessarily, but like even today, like mentally, like this perimenopause. You asked when we were talking about, well, I could throw in perimenopause every episode. I mean, it don't have to be a certain episode. I can throw it in anytime.
Well, throw it in there, babe. Throw it in.
You know, my struggle is my mental capacity sometimes I feel like is not where it used to be. And so like I struggle to like stay focused. I could be thinking about literally 50 different things or nothing at all. I mean, my mind is blank, you know, and I don't have that mental capacity. I don't have the emotional capacity to deal with anything in certain moments. I mean, it's not all the time, but some days are worse than others.
So how have you been able to, because there's a lot of women out here dealing with perimenopause. There's a lot of women, it's a lot of men out here wondering what the hell is going on in their relationship, right? So this is another thing that I'm talking about, being fully present. I had to be fully present to understand, right? If I'm not where my feet are, I'm not going to understand my wife's symptoms and what she's going through. So just talk a little bit about that. You know, like we said, going through that, how have you managed to still kind of be where your feet are in the midst of going through all that stuff? What type of things have you put in place to kind of help you with that?
Well, number one, I have to recognize those days. When those days are harder than others, I have to be able to recognize them, talk about them, you know, just communicate what's going on. But then there's some days I'm like, I don't have a mental capacity. I mean, I just don't like, and it's hard because it's not an easy thing. Like, it's frustrating for me to be experiencing that because I'm like, I just want to feel normal and I don't. And so some days are good, some days are not good.
And the thing about it, what I love, wifey always makes sure she communicates that with me, right? So now our communication has gotten a lot better. And then over the years, and then even with me knowing what she's going through, I try to make sure I stay emotionally, mentally available, right? Hey, babe, how you feeling today? Like I asked her this morning before we came on live, hey, what's going on? How you? She's like, babe, you know, old Perry, you know, I already know what that means, you know, but just being available for your partner, good people. Because here's the thing, think about it like this. You know, y'all see me physically working out every day, but think about it in the terms of health, right? If you really been into health 5, 6, 10 years of your life and you really got your routines down, it's okay if you miss one day.
Right.
You know, that's not really going to do nothing to your body. You know, not even going to do nothing to your mind. It's all right if you miss a week, right? But more than a week, what's going to happen, right? If you used to those routines, then your body's going to start feeling that effect. So it's the same way about being disconnected emotionally, not being where your feet are. 1 or 2 days in your relationship, because nothing is perfect. A week, a couple of weeks. But if that keeps going and you're emotionally disconnected and you're not where your feet are, and every day, day after day, you're not present, you're not emotionally available, you're not mentally available, you're not spiritually available, sexually available, guess what's going to happen? Guess how your partner's going to feel, right? They're not going to feel included. It's not going to feel like a partnership, right? Y'all going to feel like roommates, passing ships. So this is what we're trying to show you, that, man, being where your feet are matters. And the research even back this up, man. Y'all hear me talk about this all the time, man. Well, Harvard research says that it doesn't guarantee a happy marriage, but it says that when you show up with presence in your marriage, people that show up consciously in their marriage are more satisfied in their marriage, right? And 69% of people are disengaged from their work. So where you think that disengagement lands? 56% of people are dissatisfied with their life. Where you think that lands? In the home. So that's what we trying to show you, good people. You got to be where your feet are. So listen, babe, what else you want to add to that? Anything else on that? Okay, so listen, this is the takeaway, man, we want you to hear before we go to the next point. Your presence is a gift. Period. The only way it becomes a gift is that you be where your feet are. If you're not where your feet are, you can't give the gift of your presence. Okay. Anyway, okay, let's get to the next point, babe. So what does being present actually looks like? Let's talk about what that actually looks like in our everyday marriage now, 27 years in, what it looked like in the beginning, right? When we was kind of in and out, and then what it actually looks like now.
I mean, just kind of like what we were talking about, being emotionally available, or if you know you're not going to be emotionally available, you have to communicate that.
Yeah.
I mean, it could go either way. Either you're fully there and
Uh-huh.
engaged, or you have to take a step back and say, hey, right now I'm just not there.
There, I like that.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it could go either way. It's not like you have to be 100% there every time, because that's just not reality.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
no, real talk.
especially, you know, the older you get.
No, that's real talk. And then another way, you know, what it really looks like is if I have big emotions coming up or you have big emotions coming up, you might want to talk to your partner about, hey, I'm feeling some emotions right now.
Right.
I'm going through some pretty big emotions.
Mhm.
Do you have a space for me right now?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and even asking,
Yeah.
Because you don't want to spew everything out onto your partner without even seeing where they are.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
because it is important that both of you guys can communicate like that.
Yes, no, that's so true. So that's what I would say, what that actually looks like. Another way, like you said, the communication. Another way that looks like showing up spiritually available, right? Maybe your partner, like me, I'm a researcher. I read a lot of books, you know, so my spirituality is always developing. So maybe what that looks like to have being present, I'm talking to my partner about my spirituality. Or maybe I asked her, are you in a space where we can talk about, right? What my faith or what my beliefs are, right? Because your partner might not be in that space, right?
Yeah.
So being fully present just means being aware of where you are, right? And then where your partner is, right? Having enough understanding and knowledge to understand where your partner is, because your partner might not be in a space to handle all that you're trying to put on them. Not that it's bad, but they might not be in that space, right. So talk a little bit about well, let me see.
Did you go through everything already?
No. I was trying to find my note. So basically, to kind of wrap this up a little bit. So what would you say? What would you tell the community that's listening right now, to a couple out there that's maybe struggling to kind of lock in, or struggling in their marriage or relationship, but they think it's each other?
Right.
But it's maybe just because you're not fully present.
Right.
Maybe you're not where your feet are. Maybe you're trying to make today's decisions with yesterday's information, because you're not where your feet are. So what would you tell the women out there, you know, if they're in a relationship or a marriage right now, that it don't feel too safe, right? And it don't feel
safe in
the aspect communication emotionally, they might be feeling like it's not feeling safe for them right now. But it might not really be that it's not feeling safe. They might not be where their feet are. So they keep coming to the relationship with outdated information. So the question is, what would you tell that person that's in a relationship right now that feel like they're disconnected, basically?
I mean, well, first of all, you just have to evaluate yourself. I feel like everything starts with the individual first. So I have to evaluate where I am when I come to you. So I have to evaluate myself, and I think everyone should be evaluating themselves first and foremost, because we can't project how we're feeling onto our partner. And that happens a lot, you know. So how are you feeling, number one? And then number two, what has your communication been like in your marriage? Is it one-sided? Has it always been one-sided? Because it's not going to change overnight. Is your partner willing to work on that? If you feel like that's something that your partner struggles with, and you know you need that from them, you know, there could be, that's like opening a whole can of worms.
No, it is. But I like your answer. Basically, what wifey is saying, you got to communicate with people. You got to be where your feet are. If something is bothering you about your partner, if something is bothering you about your relationship, right, you got to be able to address that in the moment. Not 3 months later, when you coming back to your partner, they're like, what you talking about, right? Because we didn't have those episodes. Man, we can tell y'all so much. This 27 years. This is almost 30 years of building love and marriage and life together. So listen, take that, right? Be where your feet are, right? If there's things in your relationship that you might not feel comfortable talking to your partner about yet, email us. Ask us the question. We'll get back with you on it, right? But listen, you gotta create the space to feel comfortable enough to talk to your partner. And that comes from being where your feet are. Your partner needs your presence, but you need your presence too. Right? So you can stop making so you can stop making real-time decisions with outdated information. So this episode, we just wanted to kind of spin off. So go check out the Soul True Sunday episode I did, Be Where Your Feet Are. And this is just a spin-off on what it looks like in a relationship. Now apply this to your kids, apply this to your job. Like I said, 69% of people are disengaged from their work. So be where your feet are, right? 56% of people are dissatisfied with their life. Be where your feet are. So listen, man, go check out that episode every Tuesday at 2:30. Brand new episode drops of The Married Life. Me and Dr. Ford will be live this Sunday in clinic. We're gonna be talking about ACE, right? Adverse childhood experiences. See, on the spotlight yesterday, I had trouble remembering that. But adverse childhood experiences, how those still are shaping your adult life. And then check out the spotlight. Jermaine Johnson came back on. It was a great show last night, live coaching. If you want to be a guest, email me, flthelifecoach@gmail.com. Tell me your biggest areas that you struggle in right now, right? Is it your, oh man, we got a little bug flying down on us like that. Hey, is it your health, relationships, money, family? Let me know. And are you willing to be coached live on the spotlight, right? So, man, Dare to Be You Network, baby. We putting it together while identity meets nervous system.
Right.
Share, like this video with somebody who needs to hear this. And we got one last question for you as we end. Where are your feet?
Where they at?
Where your feet at? Until next time, baby. I'm FL, founder of the Dare to Be You Network. This is my boo thing.
Chandra.
And this is the Married Life episode. Have a great Tuesday.
Bye.
We out, baby.